All right, guys, what's going on? It's Copper Cutlass, and today we're we're getting after it. I stayed late at work to cut up my pieces because I have all of the fancy cutting gear that I own to use. This isn't. I was gonna plasma cut it because we do have a nice plasma cutter at work, but I ended up doing it with a cutoff wheel, and unfortunately, my 4-inch cutoff wheel sucks more than a hooker after you gave her $100. So I did it at work because it made my life easier. So what I'm showing you guys here is we're kind of using my vise here as a brake to bend the steel. This is just under 1/8 of an inch. It's 105 thousandths. That's 20 thou thinner, but I'm not going to worry about it because it's actually thicker, and that's about the same thickness as the frame, to be honest with you. It's not exactly there at 125, but it's pretty good. So I made this bend here, and it's on an angle. I'm going to try to get this off by myself and not kill myself. So it's got to have a taper, right? So let me crawl under the frame and try not to impale myself on these clamps. So you can see, I have to turn on the flash here. You can see we got it pretty good. We're on the edge here. So I gave myself plenty of room on the top and on the bottom to where on the top, I'm gonna take the grinder, grind all of that back, and profile it to the top lip of the frame. And then on the bottom side, before I remove it, I'm going to scribe it to make a nice, really nice cut, because a scribe cut is always going to be your best cut. Even at work, when I hang quarter panels and stuff, I scribe everything. So over here, we got a little bit of a gap, but we'll be able to fill that when we weld. And then at the top, I got to take... So there is quite a bit of material up here that I have to pre-remove. So what I'm going to do to scribe the back side of it is I'm going to take this little like shepherd's hook, get back there, push it up against the lip, and we're going to scribe a line on the back side so that I roughly have an idea how much material to remove. I put a bend at the front, bend at the rear, bend at the rear, and at the back we got to trim a little extra. We gave ourselves plenty. This side is actually really, really nice. I actually even followed the bend in the frame. And yes, there's a crack in that corner, but we have extra plate. We're going to go ahead, we're going to clean it, we're going to cut it, and we're going to go ahead and re-weld that in there. The goal is to have this all welded up. And there's the one section that was on the vise for you guys. The goal is to have this all welded up this weekend, which we should be able to. And then during the week, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pick up a 4-foot section of angle iron, because what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up welding a piece of angle iron to this. And then from there, we're going to put another piece of angle iron onto our cross member where we measure the width and minus the thickness of the angle iron. And we'll be able to drop it onto that angle iron. Now, the only thing I may do is I may actually make a spacer, because dropping the cross member out of this car can kind of be a pain in the ass. So I may use like bushings. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because if I'm able to unbolt it and remove the bushings and the cross member drops, like let's say a 1/2 inch, it makes my life easier to get it out. But then again, it wasn't that hard to get out from like Jump Street out of this car. So really, it's not that big of an issue, and it's not like really that big of a deal. But that's what we got going on, guys. You guys got to let me know how much more you want to see, or maybe we can find a good spot to work and set up the phone, and maybe we can go live if you guys want. My buddy Tim is probably going to help me Saturday. You guys have heard me talk about his Mustang and how much ass it kicks for have a 351 Windsor. So I don't know who else is going to wander over here, but the house is usually just kind of a madhouse when we're working, and I try to keep it to a minimum of people that I have here because I don't really like distractions. So I only, I really only like people here when I work that I trust if I'm actually going to work, because it's easy to get distracted. It's easy to screw up. And Tim's one of those guys that I can work with. You know, we put his engine together. We did a lot of troubleshooting on that car. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's short, but share, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram as Copper Cutlass. And we're going to keep you guys updated on this, because from here, it's cage work. I got to pick up the roll cage, and I think I'm going to do it next week. So we're going to get moving on this. Getting the crossmember made is not going to get a big deal. And then we're going to have to find a way to roll this thing around, and we will have to relocate the Pontiac for the cage work. I do want to move the car. For boxing the frame, it's good, but for climbing in and out of the car, I'm going to need a little bit more door space. And to be honest with you, I need to get the Pontiac out of here, and I'm probably going to park it over at my buddy Dave's place in his trailer at some point, get it over there. But for now, we got to get shit done so we can get going. So see ya.